For a small business, money management is everything. We have some industry professionals here today to let us in on some great advice for building those bucks. We all need them. Please welcome the highly sought-after financial planner, Luis Barajas, professor of management at Kellogg College, Stephen Rogers, and small business guru, Jane Applegate. Thank you all for being here at the Roundtable 360 at an oblong rectangle table.
Yes.
Just go with us on the branding.
Exactly.
We need the marketing help. Let's talk about the best way to raise business capital. Everybody needs money. What's the best way?
Well, it's always friends and family first.
Okay.
That would be the first step. If your people don't believe in you, I don't think you can convince a banker to believe in you, especially in this economic environment.
A lot of people raise money that I work with. They'll do it through their home equity. If they have any equity left in their homes at this point, they do it through credit cards. I mean, I've seen some companies, actually I work with some companies that are growing tremendously huge, and they started out just with personal lines of credit, their credit cards.
Absolutely. And to that point right there, the first source of capital should always be the entrepreneur's own source of capital. Absolutely. I think research shows that about 80% of the entrepreneurs on the Inc. magazine's top 500, 80% of them use their own capital as a source of financing.
And I think the next thing would be a commercial credit line, something to carry you through the rough times. Good to apply when things are strong, convince a banker that you're worth backing, and then just tap into it, you know, when you have a little bit of a dry spell, if you have a cash flow issue.
You've given us some good tips on where to look, but from personal experience, are there some things people should avoid? People out there, they're looking at their various options. Are there some places they should not go? Bad ideas?
Yeah, I would tell people, be real careful about using your credit cards, although research shows that most entrepreneurs do use their credit cards because the cost of capital can be extremely high, as well as, most importantly, what people forget is that you have to pay that credit card off. So be real careful because you're talking about, in some instances, cost of capital somewhere around 18%, 24% annualized. Compare that to what the cost of capital would be from a bank at, 7% or 200 basis points greater than a prime. So be careful about the credit cards.
I'll also tell you, be careful of silent partners. People that come in and you've got the company going, but you need the capital, and somebody comes in, and most of the time, most entrepreneurs, they way give too much part of the company. They give 50% of the company to a silent partner, and then as they're trying to grow and they need to be creative, that silent partner stifles the growth of that owner. And I've never seen a partnership work, not long term. So you've got to be very careful about the silent partners.
Okay.
But an angel is a good partner to have. Somebody in your industry who's looking to share their expertise and their money, someone who will get involved, and often they have the resources and the ability to make a loan or an investment that won't come back and bite you.
And let me add on to Luis's point, and that is with the angel investors as well, and that is, it just breaks my heart when I see entrepreneurs give away in their capital raising mode. They give away so much of their company so fast. It typically takes a company about 7 rounds of financing before it goes public. And if you give away 50% of your company in the first round, you only have 6 more rounds of capital to raise. And how much more do you have left for the other shareholders? So it just breaks my heart when people are so desperate for money that they give so much away so soon. The key to that is value your company as high as possible when you're raising capital. The higher the valuation, the less of the company you give up if you're giving up or getting capital via the equity financing process.
Okay, if we are heading into a recession, many experts would say we are, what is the best, best direction for small business owners to head into?
Conserve cash. Don't spend money you don't have to. Stay home as long as you can. Buy things used, lease them, really be prudent in your spending because this is not a time to be spending crazily.
An excellent tool to do that business owners I rarely see do, and we do them on Excel spreadsheets basically, is pro formas. I'll take a look at what you think projected revenues or sales are going to go down. What can you cut? You can kind of project what's going out there. You want to stay lean and mean. You don't want to have a lot of excess stuff. So lean and mean is what you really need to focus on. Conserve the cash flows, start building up some reserves of capital. You never know when it's going to come in handy.
Now, I was going to say, here's something that I want to ask personally, and I know a lot of folks out there, small business people, are either dealing with right now or they're at that crossroads. Most of my family, even my in-laws, are small business people. And as one thing is small business, all you're trying to do is get it in motion, make some money, be profitable. What about retirement? Small business, you don't have your retirement fund. How do you get that nest egg built up? as a small business person?
Well, I would like to focus on entrepreneurs creating greater and greater value in their company. That they start off from day one understanding the objective of all of this, ideally, is that down the road the value of this company will be much greater than what it is today, and therefore that'll take care of my retirement needs. In the interim, obviously, if the company is able to throw off enough cash such that you're able to put some aside, then that would be great. But the real key must be that the entrepreneur gets in with the expectation, ideally, that this company today is worth $500,000. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, this company is going to be worth $20 million.
Right, but you still have to save for a rainy day.
Yeah.
There's so many vehicles, a simplified, excuse me, a SEP plan, just to put some money away. I think it also sets a good example for your employees to get some sort of pension plan in place. Because especially, there was the news today said we're going to be running out of Social Security money in the next 30 or 40 years. So you want to expect that your business will be at a value where you can sell it and retire, but the chances are you're going to need something on the side.
Well, let me give you some personal experience, and I agree with both. And what happens is that I manage, basically I'm a small consulting firm that works with entrepreneurs, okay? And we manage their retirement assets when they retire. And most of the business owners rarely build value in their businesses, most of them. There are some that do. And I will share with you that if there's anything that they're relying on has been those 401ks that they set up, their simple plans, set plans over the long term, in which they automatically had money deducted from their payroll taken into their accounts. The other thing is, you want to build up equity, you have to be very careful that you are not the business, that the business grows and you build up your systems. Because if you're the business, when you're ready to sell it and you're not there, you're not going to sell it because the value is you. And if the value is you, there is no value in the business, right? You can't sell you.
Right.
Okay. Well, we're out of time. They've told us we've got our final 30 seconds. We guess we sort of agree to disagree. There's many different ways to look for financing. There's many different ways to save for you know, your nest egg, your retirement. But what's the bottom line?
Cut expenses. You know, be lean and mean.
Your bottom line.
Grow the company for the purpose of value creation.
You got 3 experts who've written 3 wonderful books that'll, you know, if you just read them, will take you to the next level. That's all I'm going to say. Because we couldn't do it in 12 minutes, yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, there's so much information. We couldn't fit it all into our 360 roundtable at our rectangle table. Thank you much. Thank you. Jane, Louis, and Stephen, and your advice has been very helpful to all of us. And now we're going to talk to Chris Adams via satellite from Bank of America about the world of online banking and how it goes hand in hand with small business financial management. Chris, are you there?
I sure am. How are you?
We're doing good. Well, Chris, to the rescue. You're going to talk to us about online banking, which is huge. What can you dispense for us?
Sure. Well, I think what's really exciting for a small business these days is the enormous number of tools that are now available to them within online banking. It used to be that they were faced with the simple choice of either use consumer online banking, which wasn't really sufficient for the small business's need, or consider a corporate package, which was just overpriced, laden with way too many complicated tools for a small business. So now I think is a great time for a small business to start learning and using the tools in small business online banking.
So is there online banking different from what we all do at home just with our family and our day-to-day funds? There is online banking specific to small businesses, things that can help them specifically?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we feel at Bank of America it's been a really critical area for us to focus on for small businesses. You know, as your previous speakers were talking about, it's really hard work for a small business. They get a lot of bookkeeping and administrative burden that comes with the success that they enjoy as they try to grow their business and build a business and sustain a business. And a lot of things they'll need are things, for example, like providing account management where they can see across their business accounts, their personal accounts, even accounts at other financial institutions. They may need the ability to delegate access so a bookkeeper can look in, their accountant can look in without having control over the funds in the account. There's a wide array of tools they're going to need that are different than what a consumer is going to need.
Now talk to us about how your Bank of America online business suite can help small business people.
Well, thanks. Yeah, we've tried to attack a bunch of critical pain points that these small businesses feel. So, for example, payroll. This is an incredible time-consuming area for the do-it-yourself or the small business who takes on that task for themselves. And it's also very costly if they choose to outsource it to either their accountant or to a third-party payroll provider. So we've come up with an award-winning, easy online payroll product. It's free if their employees take direct deposit at Bank of America. It's guaranteed accurate. We can enable them to pay up to 50 employees with this. It's fully integrated into their online banking experience, and really takes something that might take hours and reduces it down to minutes.
Now, Chris, we're down to our final minute essentially here. Talk to us about bankofamerica.com. You're doing more than just banking on there. You've evolved with the web and the days of chat rooms and so forth. You've got also some great tools for people to connect with other industry folks, right?
Yeah, we've also launched in the last 6 months a small business online community. This is free and open to all small businesses, both Bank of America customers and non-customers. You know, we really want to see small business in America be successful, and here's an area where small businesses can learn, they can connect, and they can share. So if you need advice as a small business owner, you can put your question on there. Thousands of your fellow small businesses are standing by. In addition, we bring experts from organizations that we partner with to share articles that they have, as well as field questions directly from other small businesses. This is a place that they can find customers, they can find suppliers, they can find other business partners. So it's a free and open forum, and one we really hope is a tool that a small business can use to tackle all the challenges they come across in running their business.
Very cool. Free is good, forum is good, and thank you, Chris, for joining us today. And if you'd like more information on Bank of America's online banking for small business, just go to their website, www.bankofamerica.com. Thanks, Chris. Take care.
Thank you.